So, set-wise good, obviously, nothing really to sort of talk on there, okay? Main focus now in terms of your downswing, okay? As you get to the top of the backswing, I want your hips to move laterally that way. You will create separation by your hip moving, not you pivoting around and sort of squatting the knees. Like when you sort of squat your knee and this knee kind of went out, this hip then would kind of go back this way, and then you sort of get too far behind and swinging left. That's when your divots a bit to the left, you said in the past, okay? And also bottom a bit earlier, okay? So the moment now the feeling is your hips move that direction and your hands win the race. You can see on this one here now, hips moving, your leg is starting to straighten up nicely, so it's not sort of buckling out there, you're not kind of knee and sliding too far outside. The left foot's taking that. There's into a good impact position there now. There's just basically impact. That's a really good position there. The left side there, I mean, perfect. And for the first time in a long time, as you said, you've never really seen that kind of movement there. And in time, once you kind of get used to that there, you'll just let your arms kind of soften and fold up, and they'll just get over your left shoulder or somewhere up in that area. It won't be quite as pronounced this way, but you're just kind of feeling that right wrist sort of staying in sort of flex position, your left wrist staying kind of bowed there, slightly a bit more to get that club face behind the hand. Once you get this scooping and cupping of the wrist, it was a way you squared the club face up, and you kind of sort of scoop the club, added loft, hit the ball higher. So your numbers you're looking for, I've sent the video the numbers through. With a 7-9 you're looking for around about sort of 16.5, I would say, launch. So on the sims there, keep that. You were up in the 20s, 21, early 20s and stuff, so just a bit too much height there, okay? Again, looking down the line, this movement here now, you're trying to sort of work on your arms there now. There's obviously way too far inside there, so if the hips don't move effectively and the club gets there, that's going to bottom out early. And the way then you sometimes bring that club around from being here to being there, if the club's too far, then you sort of just pivot your hips this way, yeah? And you pivot back. It brings the club back in front. So on a camera, you go, oh, the club's perfect in the line, and I got this separation. But in reality, you're pivoting on your back foot too much. Fat shots are going to come in, okay? So your lower half and your hands are going to work that way. Focus more on the hands into here, as you can see there now. As we said, when the impact position comes in a second, there's a nice right foot movement this way, okay? It's not kind of, if you do that there and the knee goes forward, your knee can't, things can't happen, okay? And the fact this shoulder's underneath, the right arm is nice and soft in there now. Good impact, okay? Top of the backswing, very good. Lower half there, working really good angles there through your right forearm here, lovely. Club now nicely in line. Good impact there to the golf ball. Right foot, say, moving in. Shoulders we discussed there underneath. Right arm nice and soft.
That's not outside the line at all.
No? Wow. I mean, minimally there. I mean, I wouldn't say it's outside. I mean, that's 1 degree, 2 degrees at most. I wouldn't say it's outside the line. And it's not enough to be like, oh, you've got to try and drop that, okay? If you were trying to draw from there, you might struggle a little bit, okay? But the moment there now, getting that sensation there, that was just one we got there. A couple of ones you had there where the club was a bit this way. So anywhere between those sort of 2 or 3 lines there, maybe too big a distribution now, but okay, the club's not way outside, at least into the golf ball here now. That's not outside the line there, okay? Good impact. Releasing through your left shoulder there. As I said, this looks a bit sawn off at the moment. In time, that will just sort of just fold up, and you'll have a follow through that's a bit more kind of more natural, I guess, rather than kind of pronounced thing. But for the moment now, in terms of feeling that impact, and if you find you struggle on the sims right here and you're not getting it, just go down to like almost 50-yard shots, 40-yard shots, and really sort of break it down to a slower feeling, okay? Getting the club going this way, and then build up back up to 100, 120, and then back up to him. But that to me is one of the best. It's only post swing. That there is one of the best thing you do. Today, I've done for a long time. Okay, mate, makes sense?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Very good, mate.